Hi everybody, my name is Chris. Welcome to my channel. And in today's video is going to be talking about craft supplies that I could not have lived without. And I'm sure some of these items will probably get on your list. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, first on my list are the obvious. Glue gun. I have a larger glue gun that's cordless. The only thing I don't like about it is it's not as fine tip as I would have light. Sorry about the noise in the background. That is my dog driving my cat crazy. So I do prefer a finer tip one, but the one I had before, if you guys had seen my short, well, it kind of blew up on me last year. So this was the one I got to replace it, and it's not my favorite. So I'm kind of still on the lookout for one that's got just a finer tip. Maybe something that doesn't have the cord, or at least has a long cord. So I am still using my finer tip one that I absolutely despise because it leaks like crazy. And I mean, it'll just sit there and drip, drip, drip. But it gets the job done. So who am I to complain, right? Just the buyer. And number 2 on my list is this heat gun. Love this thing. I do wish it had a cool setting. It has only low and high. A cool setting would be fantastic. I think I would have reached out for a cool setting very regularly if I had it. All right, so number 3 on my list is these babies, these wire cutters. I have heavy duty wire cutters. These are actually my husband's. I've told him that if he ever needs the wire cutters, they're upstairs in my craft room because I use them so much. They are the best at cutting florals, cutting through any kind of wire. I love these things. Love them. If you don't have a good pair of heavy duty wire cutters, definitely invest in some. It's definitely worth it. And number 4, these miter shears. I have a love-hate relationship with them, but I use them a lot. They are wonderful at cutting through the wood dowels, the wood squares, anything thick. But as far as cutting through something thinner, like your popsicle sticks, these things stink. I probably need to change my blade out, but yeah, I haven't yet. But I grab for these a lot, so I definitely could not have lived without these. All right, next on my list is not really a tool, but it is a craft supply that I can't believe how much I used last year. And it is this 18 gauge wire. It's bendable, flexible. I use this stuff so much and it's wonderful. I absolutely love it. It's helped me out of a lot of jams, not knowing what to do. So yeah, I could not have lived without this stuff last year. I will always have this in my stash to craft with. And the next thing on my list is a finger sander. I know you guys have seen me use the files a lot, and I will continue to use the files, and that's because my mother bought me or gave me this whole big bag of fingernail files. So I don't want them to go to waste. I am going to use them. And some things they're fine to use on. But when I need something more heavy duty, when I want to make sure I'm going to get the job done, this little finger sander has been amazing. Now, I've had this for several years. You can tell it's not in the best shape. But when it came time to refill, I couldn't believe how much this brand refills were, and I thought surely I can find something better. So I did. On Amazon, I was able to find these refills for the finger sander, and I'll be sure to link. Everything I talk about will be linked in my description box. If it's not exactly the same item, then I will try to find something similar, because some of the stuff I have had for a while and I don't know if they're still available, but I'll put something similar if you're interested. But I found these on Amazon. I found them just last year, so they should still be available. It's a great price. You get different grits of these sandpaper refills. You get a number 60, a number 80, the number 240, and I believe 120 and a 180. And these, it's good to have all these. Of course, I tend to end up using the 80 and the 120 the most, but you just never know when you're going to need something stronger or something lighter. So this was a great buy on those. And next on my list is not, well, I guess it is kind of a tool. It's not really a crafting tool, but it's something that I love. And I've had this is my second one of these. And that is my little ladybug. And I know you guys have seen these before. I know they've been around since 2000 when people started really suggesting them. And I've had one since then. The first one, I guess I had vacuumed up something too chunky and it locked up the motor, so it quit working after only like 6 months. And I thought, well, I really like this, so I'm gonna buy another one and keep my fingers crossed. And I've had this one for probably a couple years, 3 years maybe, and I still love her. Now I have been dabbling in the idea of getting a different one, but all of the ones I've looked at require to be charged up through USB, which I guess since now I've got my little plug right here that has USB little plugins, wouldn't be bad. But I love this, and it looks so cute sitting on my little craft table. And yeah, so I've reached for this one a lot. All right, next on my list, silicone mat. Yes, indeed, a silicone mat. This one I got off Amazon several years ago. It used to be bigger than this, you can see, but I cut it down. I think I'm gonna buy another one just so I have the really big one to cover my work area, because this year, for the first time ever, I decided to use these as painting protectors. You know, when I'm painting, I have this down because they wash off so easily. I just take it downstairs when I'm taking my paint brushes to clean, and these clean right off. And I thought, wow, that is going to save me so much waste from using paper, even though the paper I can throw in the recycle bin and it gets recycled. But this has been doing a wonderful job. It's great to help from your items sticking to surfaces when you're using glue. Now, I did find, I don't know if it's on this one, no, I did find that when I got super glue on it, the super glue did not come off of it. It kind of ate its way into it a little bit, I guess. So I don't recommend using the super glue on it, but it's been good when I Mod Podge. It's been good, you know, because most glues will not stick to this. Now, like I said, the super glue is a whole other story. But, and then the paint doesn't stick to it. It's just been wonderful. I can't believe I never painted on it. I guess I was just like, well, I don't know. I don't want to have to wash it every time. But I use this all-purpose cleaner that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. This stuff works really well. It's Cherry Blossom, LA's totally awesome all-purpose cleaner. And I use this to clean my surfaces with, and this cleans up that mat really well. So next on my list is a cordless drill. Can't live without it. Could not live without it. But if you're gonna have a cordless drill, you know, in addition to what is necessary and what I grabbed for the most, other than, you know, the little Phillips tips, other than that, a good drill bit set. I definitely have reached for these items a lot. And then the next item, I will have to take you out into my garage to show you. So here we go. All right, so the next thing on my list is my miter saw. This thing is wonderful. Yes, I have to come out into the garage. I have to go downstairs, but it's been wonderful. Here's my two crazies who, whenever I am recording, this is what they do. Yep, that's Samson and Hetty. All right, you two, mommy is trying to record. Shush. All right, but yes, this miter saw, I can't live without. It is wonderful. This is an upgrade to what we used to have. I used to have one that did not tilt or pull out, and this is awesome. I mean, I can do long boards, so I can a lot of times pass up using my table saw and use that instead. Yes, I absolutely love that item. All right, and the next item on my list is a hammer. It's a small hammer. I'm sure we probably picked this up from Lowe's or something. I did see some really pretty ones at Hobby Lobby, you know, flowers on it or just pretty colors. So this comes in handy, especially to put my paint lids back on, but can't live without the hammer. And then a set of pliers. These I can't live without either. And I love having a set of pliers up here that it comes in handy to open up my paint cans, to grab onto stuff. But yes, definitely a set of pliers. The other thing I can't live without up here is my X-Acto knife. Yes, an X-Acto knife. I actually have an X-Acto knife and a box cutter. I have found that that box cutter is great for cutting through cardboard. And this is great for precise cuts. So definitely have yourself a good X-Acto knife. This one's just from Cricut. It came in a set I've had. I like this one because it's so easy to change out this blade. There's been so many I can't figure out how to change the blade, but this one I have to do is turn it and push in and it pops out. And I mean, it's just as easy to put it back in. You just push the button, slip that on in there and let go, turn it, lock it, and it's good to go. And that has been the easiest blade replacement ever. So definitely, highly cannot live without. All right, the other item, and I believe I have 2 more items. So the other item has been my fine tip scissors, my detailed scissors. I've used these so much. I like them because they've got a real sharp, pointy edge. But what I hate about them is these holes are so small that my fingers start hurting when I use them. And well, so for Christmas time, my husband got me a new pair. We got these ones. I believe they were from Fiskar. But they've got a little bigger holes. So the holes are a little bigger. The only thing I'm not sure about is it doesn't have a very sharp tip. So I'm looking forward to seeing which ones I reach for more once I've had a chance to use these. But these are a little more comfortable in my fingers than these are. Said if these holes were just a hair bigger, it'd have been perfect, but we shall see. But I definitely cannot live without detailed scissors. All right, my last item on my list is this little poker tool from the Dollar Tree. This thing has been so versatile, so handy. And you know what, as far as while we're talking about Dollar Tree, I'm gonna add one more item because there is an item I picked up from Dollar Tree that's just as versatile as this little poker, and that is this chopper, which I use mainly as a scraper. But these 2 items from the Dollar Tree I have used like crazy. Could not have lived without them. And yes, like I said, they are just so versatile, so many different uses. I've used this one to scrape the clay out of off of my molds for a smoother surface. This one, I've just so many things. But hey, from the Dollar Tree, and I believe these came to a pack from Dollar Tree. But these I definitely would not have been able to have survived without. Made my life a little easier. So this is my Cami. She mainly stays up here. But anyway, she just wanted to come and get some loving, so I figured I would let her stay in for my exit. But that was all of my must-have craft supplies, the ones that I think I used the most of last year. Now, of course, there's a bunch of other stuff I could have put on there, but these were the main items. And I want to just thank you guys for choosing my channel to watch. It means the world to me. It means the world to Cami. She says the more Mama crafts, the more I get to drive her crazy. So hey, keep watching. But with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.